Hello kababayan. Nowadays, Filipinos face various challenges when they want to travel or work abroad. While there are countries that open their doors to Filipinos, there are some places that do not fully welcome Filipinos. These countries have strict visa restrictions, severe safety issues, or political and economic factors that make Filipinos unwelcoming. Among the reasons are political unrest, unstable economy, and safety risks, so Filipinos find it difficult or not allowed to enter these countries. In this article, we will discuss 10 countries where Filipinos have entry barriers and what are the reasons behind these restrictions. Number 10. Venezuela is currently experiencing a serious economic and political crisis, which has resulted in the tightening of their immigration policy. While Filipinos used to be able to enter Venezuela without a visa, the policy has changed over the years. The main reasons were the increase in unemployment and the devaluation of their currency, which prompted the government to implement policies limiting the entry of foreigners. The crisis has caused many Venezuelans to seek a better life abroad, putting increased pressure on services and resources. This has prompted the government to implement strict immigration policies to protect their citizens. In addition, increased crime and insecurity have also contributed to the government's fear of foreign inflows. The rise in crime has resulted in attacks on foreigners, exacerbating the government's concern about the safety of their citizens. All in all, Venezuela's immigration policies are becoming more restrictive due to the serious crises the country is experiencing. These restrictions aim to protect their citizens from further pressure on resources and services, as well as security risks. While Filipinos used to be able to enter Venezuela without a visa, these events led to a change in rules, making it difficult for Filipinos to enter the country. Number 9. Libya is currently experiencing an unstable situation due to ongoing civil war and rebellion. Due to the safety risk, many countries, including the Philippines, have implemented travel advisories that prohibit their citizens from traveling to Libya. Visa and immigration policies have become stricter due to the unstable situation in the country, increasing challenges for foreigners to enter. The main reasons for the travel ban in Libya are the lack of security and the risk of violence. Because of the ongoing war, the country is not safe for foreigners. Consulates and embassies are implementing measures to protect their citizens by issuing travel advisories and banning travel to Libya. Visa rules have become stricter, and immigration processes have become more complicated. All in all, the unstable situation in Libya has resulted in the travel ban of Filipinos in the country. Travel advisories and visa policies are designed to protect citizens from the dangers posed by war. Until there is peace and stability in Libya, Filipinos are not allowed to enter the country. Number 8. Somalia. It is difficult for Filipinos to enter Somalia. This country is currently experiencing great unrest and violence, so there are extreme security measures being implemented by their government. Somalia is facing a major security crisis due to insurgent groups and terrorists operating in the area. Because of this, there are bans and restrictions on travel to Somalia for citizens of many countries, including the Philippines. Security concerns aside, Somalia has very serious infrastructure and service issues. Their healthcare system is very bad, and their economy is very low. Due to the lack of services, it is difficult for foreigners to travel and stay in Somalia. Additionally, Somalia has strict immigration policies for foreigners. Their visa application process is very long and complicated, and their government often rejects visa applications. Currently, I do not advise traveling to Somalia. It is important to prioritize safety and welfare. It is important to remember that the security of citizens is the top priority of governments. There may be other countries that are safer and better for Filipinos to visit. Number 7. Yemen. Yemen is currently experiencing a serious civil war, which has caused a humanitarian crisis and loss of security. Due to the unstable situation, many countries, including the Philippines, have implemented travel advisories prohibiting their citizens from traveling to Yemen. Visa and immigration policies have become stricter since the war, exacerbating the challenges of entering the country. Strict visa and immigration policies in Yemen are aimed at protecting citizens from the danger posed by the war. The lack of security and risk of violence increase the risk to the safety of foreigners, resulting in a ban on entry into the country. Consulates and embassies have implemented measures to protect their citizens by issuing travel advisories and banning travel to Yemen. Although Filipinos were previously allowed to enter Yemen without a visa, the situation has changed significantly due to the civil war. Entry of foreigners has become extremely difficult due to visa restrictions and security risks. Visa rules have become stricter, and immigration processes have become more complicated. Due to the ongoing war, Filipinos are not allowed to enter Yemen at the moment. Number 6. Syria, a country in the Middle East, has been experiencing an intense civil war since 2011. Because of the war, the country is in a state of chaos and insecurity. The people of Syria are experiencing extreme poverty, loss of life, and displacement of people from their homes. Because of these, many countries, including the Philippines, have implemented immigration policies that limit or prohibit the entry of citizens into Syria. The Philippines' immigration policies are aimed at protecting its citizens from the dangers they may face in Syria. The war has caused great insecurity, and Filipinos can become victims of violence, kidnapping, or other crimes. Immigration policies are aimed at preventing Filipinos from reaching dangerous areas. Aside from security concerns, immigration policies aim to protect Filipinos from the hardships they may face in Syria. The country is experiencing severe shortages of basic necessities, such as food, water, and health care. Filipinos may have difficulty accessing these services, and may be at risk of disease or starvation. Immigration policies are aimed at preventing Filipinos from reaching areas of extreme poverty. Number 5. Afghanistan is a country that has great security and political challenges, and because of this, it also has strict policies for foreigners who want to enter their territory. Here are some of the reasons why it will be difficult for Filipinos to enter Afghanistan. First, the security situation in Afghanistan is extremely unstable. There are constant battles between the government and the rebels, and events are often unpredictable. Because of this, Afghan authorities are wary of accepting foreigners, especially those from countries with limited connections to their country. Second, immigration and visa policies in Afghanistan are strict, and usually require special permission and approval. The country's national security and policies tend to be strict, and the process of applying for a visa can be complicated and time-consuming. Third, Afghanistan is a country with poor infrastructure and limited health and education services. Living conditions in Afghanistan are difficult for foreigners, especially for those who are not used to this type of environment. For these reasons, embassies and government agencies do not recommend travel to Afghanistan for Filipinos, unless there is an important reason or task. Number 4. Iran. Citizens of the Philippines require a visa before entering Iran, and this is a major reason why it is not easy for Filipinos to enter the country. Although there are countries with visa-free access to Iran, including some members of the European Union and Asian countries, the Philippines is not among them. Filipinos who want to go to Iran must go through a visa application process, and the requirements may vary depending on the purpose of their visit, such as tourism, business. Aside from visa policies, there are additional reasons why Filipinos are limited in entering Iran. Iran has strict regulations and controls on foreign visits, especially for countries with histories of tension or poor relations with Iran. While there are times when citizens from Southeast Asian countries, such as the Philippines, are granted visas for purposes such as business, education, or tourism, these usually require careful review and approval from the Iranian authorities. Another reason why Filipinos cannot easily enter Iran is the security issues and travel advisories issued by countries, including the Philippines. Political tensions in the region, as well as concerns about security and terrorism-related situations, are causing governments to issue warnings against traveling to Iran. Because of this, many Filipinos choose to avoid visiting Iran to avoid any possible risks or complications. Number 3. Russia. Citizens of the Philippines cannot enter Russia without a visa, and this is the main reason why it is difficult for Filipinos to enter the country. Russia has strict visa requirements for foreigners, and Filipinos who want to enter here must go through the visa application process. Documents and requirements may vary based on the purpose of the visit, such as tourism, business, or study. The visa application is often complicated and requires detailed information, as well as documents such as an invitation from a Russian institution or company. Apart from visa policies, political tensions and international relations are also factors that cause restrictions on entering Russia. In recent years, Russia's relations with several countries, including the Philippines, have had diplomatic and geopolitical issues that are not conducive to facilitating the visa or entry process. For example, the sanctions imposed against Russia by several countries, as well as the travel advisories, cause fear and doubt among the citizens of the Philippines to attempt to travel here. Another reason why Filipinos cannot easily enter Russia is the security regulations and the strictness of the immigration laws. Russia has strict controls on foreigners entering their country, including thorough document checks and background checks. Authorities may conduct intense inspections and interrogations of tourists, so some have doubts about their safety and privacy. Because of this, many Filipinos think twice before applying for a visa or planning a visit to Russia. Number 2. Saudi Arabia is known for its strict immigration and visa policies. One of the main reasons why Filipinos cannot easily enter here is the regulations regarding work visas. In order to work in this country, Filipinos need to have a sponsor from a local employer, which often becomes an obstacle due to the stringent requirements and the competitiveness of the applicants. They also have to go through application processes that can take weeks or months. Aside from visa policies, there are issues of impact on the local job market. Saudi Arabia is rolling out new policies to give more priority to local citizens in jobs in the country under a Saudization program. This is aimed at reducing the presence of foreign workers and encouraging the hiring of local Filipinos, thus reducing the chances of Filipino workers being rehired abroad. Another aspect to consider is security issues and international relations. Policies regarding immigration may also be affected by geopolitical tensions and security issues related to the region. Countries with higher risk or suspicion are often subjected to stricter checks and complicated visa processes, which hinder the entry of Filipinos to Saudi Arabia. Number 1. North Korea, a country known for its strict control and closed policy, implements a strict immigration system that almost does not allow the entry of foreigners, especially Filipinos. Policies are designed to maintain control over the population, protect their ideology, and limit foreign influence. North Korea has a very strict visa policy, imposing strict standards and requirements on applicants. Visa approval is difficult to obtain and is usually only allowed to diplomatic officials, journalists, or individuals with special permission from the government. Filipinos, like other foreigners, are not normally allowed to enter the country unless they have special permission from the government. Due to the fact that North Korea is closed to foreigners, Filipinos face major obstacles in traveling to the country. Visa rules, security, and border control are strict, and the general situation in North Korea is not suitable for ordinary tourists or visitors. The strict policies aim to preserve their own ideology and control the flow of information in the country. So, kababayan, these are the 10 countries that are not yet very open to Filipinos. Don't be sad, there are many other beautiful countries that will gladly welcome you. Let's focus on countries that provide a fun experience and very kind people. Remember, we should all think carefully and prioritize safety in our travels. Let's continue exploring the world, and remember that there are many countries waiting to be explored. And if you like our video, just comment in the comment section what we talk about next, and don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And also click the notification bell so that you always be updated in our newly uploaded video.